All right, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another live stream. Let's see. Who is here? I see we have a couple people here already, so let us know who's here and did you run today? Where are you running? And we'll get started with that. So let me just start by telling you about my day. So I was off today, and when we do these live streams, it will always be an off day because when I work, I can't really do it in the afternoon. And by doing it in the afternoon, I can get like Europe at the end of their day. So hopefully we can get more people to attend these live streams at this time. So this morning, I woke up very early. For me, let's see, my alarm went off at 5, and it had to go off that early. Would have been better if it was a little earlier, but 5, I've got to draw the line. So I had to get out before the sunrise because running here in the heat is just brutal. And on my work days, I generally have to run in full-on sunlight. And you've probably seen my photos, some of my videos when I'm wearing the long sleeves, the sun protection. It isn't ideal. It isn't ideal. So this morning I woke up early to get out, and let me tell you, well, there's a video coming out on Monday, one that I filmed today. So I talk about it a little more then, but the difference between running in the morning and running in the afternoon is, well, it's night and day. Well, it's literally night and day because it's still night, I guess, when I went out this morning, and it'll be daytime when I wake up late and finally get out. But just not having that radiant heat made such a huge difference. I can't even tell you. Like, my heart rate was probably 15 to 20 beats a minute lower this morning than it was on my runs when I'm running during the day. Okay, everybody just say hello on the chat. I'm not sure if, all right, Stevie76. I wasn't sure if it was working. I had a notice before I started that I wasn't connected to chat. So, but it looks like I am. Stevie, let me know, and whoever else is on here, let me know. Can you see my notice where I wrote, tell us where you're from, and did you run today? All right, obviously, Parker. All right, hey, good to see you, Parker. Well, you know what I'm saying. Parker from Iowa City, Iowa, did a 12-mile long run today in the insane heat and humidity. I felt quite sluggish. Parker, all right, let me just stop everyone here. Yeah, we have a few people here. Parker has a great YouTube channel. He is another running YouTuber. Go ahead to his channel and check it out. Parker Max, and yeah, you'll like that. Parker, did you film anything today? Oh, and Parker, one more thing. Is that your dad that follows you on the bike when you're out for your runs? It's like, it's so good having a film crew. All right, Eric's here. What's up, my man? Video appears overexposed. Lighting, stand by. All right, Stevie, how's that? Let me know if that light is a little better. So I had the light on the camera, and I've got a window right over here. I can't really adjust the light coming from the window, but that should be a bit better. What's up, Jeremy? Edmund's here from the Ottawa Valley. Nice. Eric did an easy 5-mile run in the Chicago heat. Nice. Okay, how hot is it in Chicago? I mean, it must be brutal. We're actually going through a heat wave here in Florida right now, which I think everywhere. Yes, it is the Todd father, his dad. All right, thanks, Parker. Yeah, I thought it was, and I heard you referring to him as the Todd father. And, now that you tell me, I guess that does make perfect sense. All right, Jeremy did 2 miles before work this morning, and tomorrow is a long run. Okay, couple things. Parker, did you film your 12-mile long run today? And Jeremy, what is your long run tomorrow? Eric, am I following you on Strava? Are you following me on Strava? I'm not sure what your name is, if it's Eric the Red. I can't think of seeing your name pop up on my Strava feed. Okay. All right, guys, so listen, we're talking, a lot of people are doing their long runs, and now it's the summertime, so we really have to beat the heat. What is the earliest that you have ever got up to do your long run? I know Harmony and I were just talking about it, and she told me it was 3 a.m. for her. when she used to log her really long runs. And 3 a.m. is probably where it's at for me too, because when I used to work day shift, my alarm would go off at 3 a.m. anyway. So on my off days, when I would do my long runs, it was really no big deal to get up at 3 and do the long run, which is pretty perfect because you actually get home before the sun comes up, and then you have the whole day. Needless to say that if you get up at 3 a.m., you get tired pretty early. Okay, Eric says 87 in the shade. Okay. Let's see. Eric, tell me, what is your Strava? Let me just do this before. Okay, and Eric, you're in Chicago. So, what are we thinking? New York City Marathon was cancelled. Chicago is still on the books. London is still on the books. Both in October. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I mean, I'm asking what you think. I think they're definitely going to be cancelled. Okay. We'll get back to that in just a second. Jeremy, good job. 10 miles tomorrow. Matt, are you being affected by the dust coming from the Sahara? Okay, not affected in any negative way. I saw that we are to expect more beautiful than usual sunsets, which that is about the only thing that I remember in past years when we get the big Sahara dust storms blowing over the Atlantic, is that the sunsets are like super red and gorgeous. All right, Eric gets up at 4, Jeremy gets up at 4:30, Edmund, 4:30. All right, Parker, 4:30 is the earliest. Yeah, 4:30, that's pretty early. For like a normal person getting up, at a normal time, 4:30 is very early. 3 is, it's getting to like the middle of the night type thing. So it's difficult to wrap your mind around getting up at 3, unless you're actually on that schedule where your whole schedule shifts forward by a couple hours. Okay, all right, 19 Camel 79, boom. Another great YouTuber. Follow 19 Camel 79. Okay, trail running in Northern National Park because he's chasing the midnight sun tonight. Okay, my run wasn't the shortest on Rocky Hills. He visited the nation border, Finland, Sweden. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, when is sunset? Does the sun set right now? Line of the midnight sun? Probably not. This is probably that time when the sun doesn't set at all, right? And I remember when I was a kid, my dad did go, I think it's Tromsø in Norway, way up north, and he did, I think it was a 10-miler, a midnight sun run. But one day I'll get up there. One day I'll get up there in the summertime and do a midnight sun run. Hey Sarah, what's up? Okay, you just run in the heat, intentionally run when it's the hottest time of the day. Okay, Sarah, now this is funny. It's funny that you bring that up because I was actually going to make a parody video of how to run in the heat, because I've seen a lot of YouTubers, a lot of running YouTubers doing videos on how to run in the heat, and it struck me as kind of funny. It struck me as kind of funny because, everyone's saying the same thing. They're great tips, but it's hydrate, run in the shade, slow your pace, all that kind of thing. And I was thinking of making a parody video saying the exact opposite, and one of them was going to be to run at the hottest time of the day. But you already run at the hottest time of the day. Sarah, where do you live? Just so I can know, is it hot like here in Florida? Of course, everywhere in the country is having a crazy heat wave right now. Okay, Eric says Chicago will be cancelled. The mayor and governor are very cautious. Yeah, and I also saw something, it was a post, maybe on Instagram, maybe on Facebook. Somebody said that Chicago will wait for the city to pull the permits for Chicago, because that way the insurance kicks in and the Chicago Marathon group or whoever organizes it, they won't lose any money. And that seems to make sense. I think London is still scheduled for October 4th, but who knows? England has not received good media coverage in the last couple of days. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a photo, I saw it in the New York Times at Bournemouth, and the beach was packed. I mean, packed like Packed like I can't even believe. Like going to the beach and being packed in like sardines. Now I know us Brits, at least living in the UK, don't get a lot of good weather. So I know you want to go to the beach, you want to go for a swim and cool off. But it didn't look good. Doesn't play well on the international stage. Of course, I really can't say too much because I'm living in Florida and we just had 10,000 new cases of confirmed coronavirus yesterday. So in the last 24 hours, almost 10,000 new cases. So it doesn't get much worse than here. Okay, let me just go through these comments again. Edmund, yep, you want to see the duel between Yulid and Kanisa? Absolutely. Parker just wants some marathons. I hope there are some races. Okay, Connecticut. So, all right, Sarah, you're in Connecticut. Yeah, you've had a heat wave, and I know, Sarah, I follow you on Strava. I just never open up the map to see where people are from. I just look at their runs. Okay, Sarah's been 90 all week. Today you ran 22 miles, and it was in the 70s. All right, well, 70s is pretty good. I don't know what the humidity was. I know when I finished my run this morning, it was 80 and the heat index was 87. And for all you in the rest of the world outside the United States, it was a feels like temperature of 30.56 Celsius. And that is before the sunrise. Pretty toasty. Oh yeah, you saw that photo, Parker. Good man. Okay, you all are hardcore runners. Love it. No, just doing what we do. You know, you are also a hardcore runner. You were out there this morning, going out again tomorrow. All right, we've got Paul Klimo here from Jonesburg, Arkansas, running in the Ghost 12 shoes, and you love them. Okay, I'm not familiar with the Ghost 12. Is that like a daily trainer, like cushioned? I think the Ghost are, but I don't know. I'd have to look it up. And I'm still tentative switching away from this screen right now in case I lose you guys. Okay, 9 weeks without sunset in the northeast point of Finland, and 21 clicks in the national park on daytime as it's still cool weather. Oh, man, I envy you. I envy that cool weather. It must be absolutely stunning running with it light all night and it being fairly cool. Now that reminds me, I was in Alaska last year and I had some of the best runs I've ever had, but I think I got up at 3 a.m. that day. But I got up at 3 a.m. and the sun was like, it was behind the mountains, but it was still light out. And it was such a treat to have it kind of like sunrise, you know, that beautiful light. It was golden hour for hours. That's what I'm trying to say, golden hour. Golden hour for hours. And that's how I kind of imagine it is up in northern Finland and northern Scandinavia. Gavin's here. What's up, my man? Joining all the way from Belfast. No running today. Still struggling with the calf. Oh, the calf issues. They take a long time to heal. It's a nightmare and it's frustrating. And I think most of us have been there. So keep fighting the good fight. Keep resting and you will be back sooner rather than later. Hope so. Okay, and listen, you're sticking with the mountain bike. So you're still maintaining your fitness. And let's be honest, mountain biking is a lot of fun. Okay, Bournemouth Beach has been getting a lot of coverage here. Okay, good. So it's not just here, it's everywhere. Debating shutting beaches again as people can't be trusted. I agree, people can't be trusted. People, me included, we need to be told what to do. Well, I don't know if me included. No, you know what, me included. We have to take the decision-making off people. Otherwise, everyone will pour to the beach and just hang out. We've had a lot of problems here in Florida with when the bars reopened. Lots of younger people kept going out to the bars and, you know, just going out to the bars and doing what you do in bars and you're drinking and having a good time. But now we've seen the number of people getting positive tested for coronavirus is skewing younger. So we're getting a lot of people in their 20s and 30s testing positive for coronavirus. So yeah, we have to mandate, you know, a little restriction, a little pulling back. And here in Florida, the governor did just say that bars are not allowed to serve alcohol, actual bars where you go into the bar to drink. So that has been stopped. There won't be any more of that here in Florida, at least. Brooks goes for daily, neutral daily. Okay, that's what I think. You know, you hear a lot about them, and you know, I've actually never run in Brooks, so maybe that is something I should try when I do buy another pair of shoes. Brooks. Okay, Edmund's been running in the Ghost brand since version 2. Okay, oh, well that says it all. What does Brooks have? What does Brooks have for faster running? Does anyone know? Like, what would be their answer to like an up-tempo type shoe? Something like, do they have any with a carbon plate? I don't even know. I need to up my shoe game. Now, you all know Running with Mark from Helsinki. Him and I were talking the other day about shoe YouTubers and how, you know, shoe reviewers, they get all the love. But I just can't. I don't think that is the direction I want to take my channel, although it would be pretty nice to have shoes sent to you in order to be reviewed. But a lot of these people, I think Andy as well, Andy was the FOD runner. I'm sure you all know Andy, the FOD runner. He was talking recently about how many shoes he buys, and I want to say it was 2 pairs every 3 months to review. And that's kind of doable, I guess. But I guess I'd have to rotate out my shoes, and I don't know. I'm kind of just... Okay, the Hyperion. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. That is what I was thinking of. So I'll look at some Brooks for the next time. I'm kind of holding out because we're getting to the end of the summer, and I know that a lot of shoemakers are going to be releasing their next models in the next couple months. So let's see. I know that the Hoka Rincon is coming out with a Rincon 2, but I haven't heard that many good things so far from the people that have been sent like pre-versions of those shoes. I think SJD, Kofuzi maybe Jamie, I think they have reviewed the Rincon 2s, and they're just like the Rincon 1s. And I've had issues with the first generation Rincon just with my little toe. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be buying another pair of Rincon, but you never know. If the price is right, and the first Rincons are only $115, so, you know, they're not that expensive. They're not that expensive, and I've still got a few miles to run in my Hokas before I eventually retire them. Okay, let me just look down. Okay, back to the heat for just a second, because it's hot all over the place right now, at least, you know, in the kind of the middle of the world. It's hot. How many of you guys actually run with a water bottle? Or I know, I don't think he's here now, but my buddy Doug out in Nevada will put water bottles on his route, which takes a lot of pre-planning. And I've been running with a handheld water bottle for a couple weeks now. Probably should have done it earlier than I did, but you know, I've been sweating it out and struggling. And I decided to take a handheld water bottle. And only recently, I've been putting these Noon tablets. Can you even see that? Yeah, you all know Noon. So I guess what I want to know, do you run with water? Do you put water out? Sarah, if you're still here, on 22 miles, what do you do for hydration? Because that's a long time to be out. I only ran 12 miles this morning, and I had to refill my bottle. And I think it's a 16-ounce bottle. So by the time I was done, I had already drunk 32 ounces. And if you do bring water, do you put something in here for electrolytes and all that? Okay, yeah, the Hyperion Tempo is popular for speed. All right. Guys, if you follow me at all, you know that right now, not really on the speed wagon, so to speak. No races, so I'm enjoying my easy runs, you know, just picking up, doing intervals once in a while, but nothing all out. Okay, Eric loves the Noon tablets in his water. Depends on how warm, what time of day. And I wear a vest for trail runs. Yeah, Jeremy. I also wear a vest. Sometimes if I go out on my long runs in the summer, I'll wear the vest for even road running. Definitely when I'm on the trails, I'll pack that just because, you know, especially for races on the trails, because you can lose a lot of time at those aid stations. So just carrying enough water for the entire race, it really helps. Okay, so something I noticed with the Noon tablets, and let me know if you guys have noticed this too, is it creates kind of like a carbonation in the water. And I didn't notice it, but I first used them last week sometime, and I was running holding my bottle, and I guess the pressure got too much, and a couple of times I noticed water squirt out of the top of my bottle. And it was, I'm embarrassed to say that it took me a couple of days to realize what was going on, but I realized that it was carbonating the water. So if you don't release the pressure, then goes everywhere. Okay, bring water with me when my runs are more than 60 minutes. And use UCAN for electrolytes. Nice. I've never used UCAN and haven't heard anything bad about them though. Okay. Okay, Paul Climo. Bought the Skechers Max Road 4s with the Hyperburst. Yeah, that Hyperburst foam. I don't know why Skechers still. I mean, Skechers is getting a lot of love right now with the running community, but I don't know why they're not getting more. That Hyperburst foam is fantastic. And so right now, listen, I've been trying to. Up until about a year ago, I was always running in the same type of shoes. It was the Zoom Flies, and then the Zoom Fly 3s. Before that, it was the Pegasus, and I would just buy shoes and buy shoes, the same kind, and rotate them. But I've been trying in the last year to try different shoes. So anyway, where I'm going with this is that somebody did message me and tell me that the Skechers Max Road 4s were $50. Okay, stand by. We might have a little issue. Guys, stand by for just a second. I'm sure you can still hear me, but we are... All right, that should be a little better now. So there was an error on the camera, and I just switched to the actual webcam on my computer. But we'll see. Stand by 1 second. All right, we'll see if we can get back online here. It looks like it's frozen to me, so not sure if it's actually frozen for you guys. Okay, let's see how this goes. All right, guys, sorry if I'm frozen. Okay, all right, nice. 60 bucks on eBay. Yep, brilliant. Sarah's just got another pair of Max Road 4s at Running Warehouse for 50. Excellent. All right, guys, we're still running into some issues. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm just going to do the old plug it, turn it off and turn it back on. I'm still here if you can hear me. Okay. Okay, good. Look, Harmony just tuned in. Thanks for helping me out, Lovey. She's in the other room talking to me. So, it looks like I've got some issues with my camera. Hey, Lovey, can you see me at all? No, Lovey, I don't have the camera cover on. I've been talking to people. Alright, so let me just figure this out. That's alright, I don't know what... Huh? Alright, and I think Let me just switch this over. And I think we're back. Is anyone still with me? And I can't actually tell if we're back because there is such a delay. Okay, I think in the corner of my eye, I can see that we are back. Okay, yeah, Paul, listen, I love technology. It's a great thing. And I actually have absolutely no idea what just happened because I'm looking at my camera. I know from our last time that I have about an hour of battery life to this camera that it can film me, but it just cut out. The camera had an error message saying turn it off and turn it back on. But yeah, not the battery. Yep, I'm here. Guys, thank you so much. It looks like we only lost one person in that technical difficulties, which is pretty fantastic. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, let me just look at my notes. Okay. Good. All right, everyone's here. All right, so let's talk about vacations for just a second. How many of people are going on holiday or planning some kind of holiday, even though we really can't go anywhere? Like, well, yeah, there we go, Gavin. It was the Saharan dust. I think now we know what it's affecting. How many people are going on holiday or going away? Obviously, we are not going anywhere, but I am thinking of taking some time off because, well, because why not? And I can be at home, I can get up early and go for a run and maybe put out a few more videos that week than I usually do. But that's my plan. Harmony suggested it. I didn't actually think about it before then because I figured if we're not going anywhere, why take any time off? But on the other side of the coin, why not take time off and just spend time at home and hang out and not go to work and all those good things? And I think it'll be pretty fun just hitting the running early, maybe hitting a few more workouts on the Peloton. Okay. Parker, okay, okay, Eric, staycation for sure. Okay, yes, it's Arsenal. You're a Millwall fan, eh? I don't know. Okay, everyone write down what teams you support on in the UK for football. Parker started it, and I'm an Arsenal fan. Do we have any other Arsenal fans? And listen, I'm not really into football or soccer for the people on this side of the pond. I'm not really into football anymore since I've been living here. I certainly don't watch it and follow, but Arsenal is my family's team. We have always followed Arsenal throughout all of our history, so by default, I am an Arsenal supporter. Staycation for sure. Hey, Edmund, you could grow a beard. Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty good idea. Now, you remember when I did that 50-mile race with my daughter Michelle? That was back in, I don't know, February. And I didn't work for a week. I didn't work for a week before I did that race. So, and I didn't shave that whole time. And that was about as much growth as I've ever had. And I felt like a mountain man. But, you know, when you're running an ultra, you want to be all scraggly, like, you know, the Rob Kras and just... That's like the ultra feel. And that's what I was going for, and that's why I didn't shave. So yeah, I could probably take... Oh, Liverpool, no! I knew someone was going to say it. Someone was going to say Liverpool. Edmund, why did it have to be you? Okay, Paul says, no holiday, work, work, work. As a neurosurgeon, got to get back to operating. Okay, Paul. So, very obviously, you do very... serious work. Have your surgeries been put on hold? Because if someone needs a neurosurgeon, it's probably somewhat of an emergency. But have you seen your surgeries put on hold during the whole COVID-19? Gavin is a Pats fan. Proper football. And Ulster and Ireland for rugby. Okay. Auntie Camel 79, Northern holiday at the moment will be a 8 to 9 day road trip. I guess next stop in Norway. Oh, I envy you. That's pretty good. If I could go over there and I wouldn't have to quarantine, because I think right now the United States is being shunned by the entire world and no one will let them in without a 2-week quarantine. Probably rightly so. But and I could stay away from people, I would love to be up in northern Scandinavia. In fact, I think Harmony and I are probably going to do a cruise where we'll go up like Norway and into the fjords. And I always like those holidays because I can get off at different spots and go for a run every day. Sarah says Wolverhampton. Okay, all right. Okay, and Edmund, all right, I get it. Your grandfather's team, you have to support Liverpool. And Sarah says youngest son like Man U. Okay, do we have any, I can't even think, do we have any people from Manchester? I don't know if I even follow anyone from Manchester. I can't think about seeing their runs. But Man U, like Liverpool, very popular team. Okay. Gavin says he should be a week into a 3-week holiday in Orlando. Took 1 week off anyhow, and moved the other 2 to later in the year, hoping it opens up again. Yes, and if you do come back to Florida later in the year, you will have a much better time. A much better time when it's just a tad cooler. I promise that it will be still super warm, but right now it's a little, it's pretty tough. I don't know if Disney is open at all. Hey Harmony, do you know if Disney's open?
No, it's not.
Okay, Disney is not open, so you wouldn't be doing that. But that's a silver lining right there. If you come to Orlando and don't go to Disney, there's plenty to do. You don't have to traipse around the parks in the heat. Okay, Paul says, yep, for sure. Okay, so I just asked about the surgeries. Paul is a neurosurgeon, asked if the surgeries have been put off for COVID-19. And, pediatric neurosurgery, you're doing good work, my man. So they're more lenient with kids. Not much in peds that can wait. Okay, agreed, good. So at least the kids, they're taking care of business. Parker, I was planning to go to North Dakota, but not sure where the case is rising so fast. Yeah, it's definitely dodgy for travel. So let's see. Yeah, traveling. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to do it. In fact, Michelle and Ryan, Michelle, my daughter, Ryan, my son-in-law, they are in the Badlands, so South Dakota. And Michelle's been logging some runs, and it's been neat to see. And they're on a road trip, but they're doing it right. Now, they're doing it right. They're camping, so they're getting to stay away from most people. They're not going into a hotel. They're packing their own tent and driving around and using this time when they're not working as much to go around and see a lot of national parks. And I think I heard Michelle might be going to Yellowstone next, which I can't wait to see that. Oh, Running Geek Girl. Hey, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. We got 13 people right now. I'm really chuffed at how many people we have watching. Running Geek Girl, where are you from? And did you run today? Let us know. I know I've seen some Instagram posts from you, but I don't remember reading if you wrote down on the post what you actually ran today. Okay, listen, you guys have probably seen on my videos when I open up the fridge and I take my cup of coffee out of the fridge. So this is what I wanted to know, because it's hot and I don't feel like drinking hot coffee at any time. But are you more likely to drink cold coffee in the summer when it's super hot, or do you always drink hot coffee? I have been drinking coffee now for about 13 years. My wife turned me onto it, and she turned me onto it because she said it would give me benefits in my running. And totally right. When you don't drink coffee, if you were a non-coffee drinker and then you start drinking coffee, the benefits are pretty good. Now, probably not so much because I drink 2 or 3 cups a day. But I have switched to only drinking cold coffee. Harmony will not drink cold coffee, and she'll always drink hot coffee no matter how hot it is outside. So I want to know, hot coffee or cold coffee? Maybe it's something, I know that you can order an iced coffee when you go out. Maybe that's a little more popular, and when you're at home you want a hot drink. And yeah, I understand a hot drink can be a little more relaxing, but I'm pretty relaxed with a cold coffee. And I can't imagine ever going back to drinking hot coffee. Okay, in Arkansas, 10K this morning. Nice. That's Arkansas. I mean, I bet it's smoking hot there too. Hot green tea, warm coffee, always hot coffee. Okay. Cold coffee in the morning. I take it out of the fridge in the morning when I wake up. Okay, Sarah, yeah, that's right. Listen, I'm glad to hear someone else is on the same page as me. Come out, warm coffee. So I guess that speaks for itself. Not hot, not cold, kind of the Goldilocks of coffee. Goes well with a donut every single time. Both hot and cold coffee. Okay, Eric, but will you drink... Are you drinking more cold coffee now? Now, if you're in Chicago, I understand in winter you're going to want a hot cup of coffee. Cold coffee probably won't hit the spot on a cold morning. But are you drinking more cold coffee now that it's super hot? And Running Geek Girl, hot coffee in the morning, cold coffee in the afternoon. You know what? I actually like that. That's pretty good. That's something that I could probably get behind. Let me move my chair back. Oh, Paul. Okay, too bad. As a Latter-day Saint, no can do coffee. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Well, you know, I went the first 30 years of my life without having a cup of coffee. So, you know, it's doable. But now, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't want to go back. Eric says, cold coffee more in the summer. Paul, where are you from? I don't know if you set it up there and I just missed it. I'm not going to scroll back through the whole thing. But Paul, I'm just interested where you actually live right now. And the donut must come from Tim Hortons. Anyone from Canada would know the reference. Well, I am actually half Canadian. Well, not really half Canadian, but my wife is Canadian. So that kind of makes me half Canadian, right? And I was just talking to her that I wanted to get a Canadian passport so we can move there at some point. But Edmund, now listen, everyone else, I'm sorry, but Tim Hortons, now my wife loves Tim Hortons. She grew up on it, all right? So there's that nostalgia. But do you know Peter McKinnon? He always badmouths Tim Horton coffee. Like, always. It's like, it's horrible. So is that, Eric, is that a thing? Or, Edmund, is that a thing? Is Tim Hortons coffee horrible? And people just drink it because it's Canadian? I don't know. Okay, Paul lives in Memphis, born in Wisconsin, grew up in Vancouver. Vancouver. Okay, so I was in Vancouver last year for the first time, and I gotta say, I was thinking about this. I think that is the city in the whole world that I would like to live in the most. Vancouver. Now, my wife will say that I'm used to this Florida heat and it being nice all the time, and I can go out for a run at any time, and the weather's always nice, and when it rains, the rain is warm. But I really had a good time in Vancouver, and you know, honestly, it was very hot when we were there. I guess hot for Vancouver, but just a gorgeous city. So let me throw that question out there. Oh, and the running around Stanley Park, I was just totally enamored with Vancouver. So non-running question, but if you could live anywhere, what city would you choose? Maybe in a fantasy, because I'm sure we're all living where we want to live, otherwise we would live somewhere else. But, you know, if you could take yourself out and go somewhere else, what city would you choose? Oh, Gavin, they have Tim Hortons in the UK now. Nice. Okay, and Edmund doesn't drink their coffee, goes for the green tea, which I think says it all. I think that really says it all. So, Edmund, do you know Peter McKinnon? Is he like a famous Canadian YouTuber? I don't know how much YouTube you guys watch, but Canadians seem to have YouTube on lockdown. There are a lot of huge Canadian YouTubers, or maybe I just like their style and I follow a lot of them. Okay, so Paul's talking about Vancouver. Miss it, but you have to be a millionaire to live there. The Stanley Park route is one of my all-time favorite. Yes, that Stanley Park run, I mean, through the middle is good, but it's just a park. But running that perimeter route around the outside, just stunning. And yeah, you know, I conveniently forgot that you have to be a millionaire to live there. Very expensive city. But if you can, totally worth it. And we were there for Canada Day, and it was so much fun. The celebrations on Canada Day in Vancouver were really something else. Okay, Running Gigo would move to Florida to be closer to your siblings. Okay, that's good. Gavin misses Dunkin's coffee. It's a staple of my US holiday. Okay, Gavin, here's the thing. Gosh, we're going off on a tangent. This isn't really running, but to me, coffee always comes before a run, so coffee and running for me are totally tied. So, Dunkin' Donuts, that coffee, it's good coffee, and I really like it. But it is so popular in the northeast of the United States, like it's fuel for life. But down here, I don't know. There's going to be different people. I think Starbucks is more popular down here in the south, but Dunkin' Donuts blows Starbucks away once you get up to the northeast. Okay, Edmund says, if I could afford, I would go to Flagstaff, Arizona, a runner's paradise. Yeah, you're right. Man, I forgot about Flagstaff. Now, Flagstaff is one of the places that I know that I could just be... If somebody kidnapped me and dropped me off in Flagstaff, Arizona, it is a place I know that I would be very happy living. Of course, I'd probably still be kidnapped, so that might put a damper on my happiness of living. But yeah, Flagstaff, if I could move there, I think that would be a pretty good place. You know, it gets warm because it's desert, but you also have the mountains and you get that super cold temperatures when you get up to some altitude. Where is my timer? How long have we been going? Oh, there it is. Okay. Jeez, so new to this. 41 minutes. And you know I'm not new because this is actually our 5th live stream. I've yet to have a live stream where we haven't had any problems. Okay, so maybe the 6th. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Although, to be honest, every other time I've done a live stream, the problems were user error. It was totally me making the problems, like clicking on the wrong thing, moving the screen for you guys so you couldn't see it. But today's mess up with the camera was the camera. I actually get to blame the hardware this time. Okay, Eric loves Flagstaff. Okay, one more city just to let you know. My second city, so if Vancouver is number 1, Copenhagen would be number 2. If you haven't been to Copenhagen, that is a beautiful city. And just nice climate, good running. Okay, Paul asked, do you run with headphones? And if so, probably asking which ones. Stand by. And I'm back. I had my headphones sitting over there on the bike, on the Peloton. And I've got these Aftershocks Aeropex. I'm still wearing them. And yeah, they're waterproof. So I sweat all over them. They don't mess up. And then when I get home, I just rinse them under the tap, and they work pretty well. 8-hour battery life. Edmund's here. I actually did a giveaway of these, and Edmund won a pair. And I think Edmund, you have the blue ones too. But I'd recommend those headphones. I am really satisfied with how they work, and of course they don't block your ears. They're bone conducting headphones, so you get to hear the cars a little more. And you know, they're just super comfortable. I do have a video review. If you go back on my channel, or if you search the channel for Aftershocks, you'll get that review. And I just talk about them. I go out on a run, and you know, the typical review video. But check that out. I'm thinking I may have a discount code. I may have a discount code for Aftershocks. I know they were running a sale, but that sale may be over. But I might have a discount code for Aftershocks. If I do, I'm going to look through my emails and I will put it in the comments section of this video once it processes. I know these videos do take a little while to process, but I'll put my discount code in there so you can go ahead and buy them if you want. Definitely recommend it. Okay, Eric loves his. It wouldn't be a real live stream without technical difficulties. Well, you're right. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's see, who have I got? 11 people. 11 people watching. Oh, Running Gigo also loves the Aftershocks. Nice. Yeah, I think I said it in my review video that they are the perfect running headphone. Just because of the safety issue. Let me just put them on. Okay, you can see ear is open and they just conduct right through there. So pretty good, very comfortable. So for you guys watching, okay, we got 10 people now. As far as live streams goes, do you prefer watching live streams on YouTube or do you watch them on Instagram? I know a lot of people do their Instagram live streams and that's when the screen gets split and someone's on the top and someone's on the bottom. It had crossed my mind to do a double live stream. I was going to set my phone up and I would live stream on Instagram and on YouTube, but perhaps that is just too much. Anyway, maybe I'll put something out on my social medias asking what people would actually want, because I mean, the more the merrier, right? We can get more people chatting, the better. But we've been consistent. We've been consistent between 10 and 13 people this whole time. So thank you to all of you that have been. Okay, I'm just going to run through my notes. I think we are probably going to start wrapping this up. But I can't wrap it up just yet without talking about Edmund, prefer YouTube. Yeah, I do too. I do too. It's just I see so many people doing these live streams on Instagram that it makes me wonder, you know, should we do that? But I can't end this live stream without telling you about the Peloton. I sound like a broken record, but this Peloton is so fantastic. And Harmony texted me 4 days in a row that she loves the Peloton. Okay? It's like another partner in our marriage. We just love it. And I keep glancing over because it's actually sitting right here. But the value, it seems super expensive, but we are getting so much value. And if you follow me on Strava, you are probably seeing I'm doing rides, I'm doing stretching, and I have never stretched this much in my life. But they have these little 10-minute classes that you can do, and it's very easy. They just remove the barriers and it makes it very easy. You pay for it, right? The app is $40 a month, and that's on top of the finance, which is about $60 a month. So you're paying $100 a month, but if you don't go to the gym, you're saving that money, and that's what I did. So you're probably seeing yoga, we've done that today. Stretching, we've done that today. I've been meditating more, which studies show is good for me, and with the app, there are loads of classes, and they just guide you right through it. Anyway, listen, I don't want to go on. I don't want to sound like a broken record. But if you do get one, I do have a referral code. And I will put that in the comments as soon as this is done. Okay, Sarah likes YouTube. Eric's like YouTube. Gavin likes YouTube. Okay, and Running Geek Girl, YouTube. Everybody likes YouTube. All my people here on YouTube like YouTube. And I think that is the key. It's a different crowd. It's a different crowd that will go for the whole Instagram live stream. Or Running for Dad. Hey, thanks for joining us. You know what? Running for Dad. What is your first name? I can't even. Is it Jason? I cannot remember your first name because I never see you. I never see your first name. 19 Camo 79 YouTube. Okay, YouTube it is. I'm not going to stop doing live streams on YouTube. I may add something on Instagram at some point. But guys, if you're on Instagram. If you're not following me, please follow me. But Running for Dad puts out great running content on Instagram every day. And congratulations, Jordan. I knew it was a J. All right, Jordan. Jordan is at Running for Dad on Instagram. He just reached 10,000 followers recently. It's probably quite a bit more than now. But dude is a influencer on Instagram. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let's see, what time is it in the UK? Oh, it's getting late. It is definitely getting late in the UK, in Helsinki. Jordan, you always post running pictures like super early in the morning. And I know it's usually before I go to bed when I'm at work. So I know you're up super early running. It just seems crazy late, man. It's like 11 o'clock in the UK. All right. Listen, thanks for your feedback, guys. I really appreciate you telling me, like confirming that YouTube is where it's at for the live stream. All right, guys, we are coming up to 50 minutes, and I am going to have to wrap it up right here. Let's wrap it up. Let's meet back here. You and I will meet back here next Thursday. I think it might be July 2nd. Same time, 3:30 p.m. Okay, Jordan just... Oh, listen to this. This is high praise. I'm not leaving on this note. Let me just read Jordan's comment. Thank you so much for the love. Anytime. I think everyone needs to follow this guy. He says, I'm an inspiration and I'm the Casey Neistat of the running world. I can't say that I agree, but I will take that compliment and boom, fist bump for that one. Jordan says YouTube too for you. Okay, now I think I don't want to put Jordan ahead of everyone else, but he is huge on Instagram. He's big on Instagram, and if he says YouTube where it's at, then YouTube is where it's at. Guys, thank you for hanging out. We are at 50 minutes and 30 seconds. You have been fantastic. Thank you for all the participation. It makes talking to the camera so much easier, and I enjoy doing these live streams when I can talk to you guys and get to know you all better. And this was a success. Yeah, I really like it. It's a good way, especially in these times, to connect. And, I generally don't run with a group or run with people, even when we don't have COVID-19, but I love talking about running to other runners. So thank you all. Okay, Devin, see you next time, mate. Okay, guys, that's it. I am about to hit the end stream button, so we're going to hit it right now. And we're still here because I think it's going to tell me to confirm. And I will see you guys next time. Be kind, be happy, run well.